So I'm going to give you a bit of a rundown on Doomfist, which is now on the PTR, and he's an offense hero, which I find very interesting. And he is a lot of fun to play, probably because he's new, but the more thing I'm interested in is that how I like him, and I don't like him. I think he's clunky. I think he requires a lot of setup. His shift ability, or his right click ability, sorry, requires a lot of setup, which is where a lot of his damage is done. I think that he is a little bit, like I said, a little bit clunky. He's very mobile, but not mobile in the sense that you would think. His left click attack is a lot of fun to use. I think it's pretty good, and he has one of the most interesting passives in the game, which is very much tied to his damage. So the way his passive works is the more damage you do, you get personal shields when you do that damage, when you use your abilities to deal damage, which is very interesting because it gives you a lot of sustainability if you use him right. He is a 3-star hero. He's very hard to use, and now this is what you're seeing right now is all I've played of him. I haven't gone to a real game with him, but what you do see is that he is very hard to use, and there is a lot of jumping around and making all these twitch movements, not necessarily twitch movements, but weird movements where you're jumping up in the air and then slamming down onto the ground to kill someone, and it's very hard. It really requires not planning, but it requires a sense of knowing where everything is at a certain point in time. Doomfist is going to reward players who can read the battlefield really well, people who can figure out what people are doing, people who can realize that Zarya just used her bubble and it's on cooldown, people who can see that and sense it and read that and know what they're going to do next are going to have a lot of fun with Doomfist, and they're going to be very good at him because he requires planning. He requires knowing where enemies are going to be in the next 2 seconds, very much like Hanzo's ultimate. It requires knowing where the enemy is going to be in the next second and a half, 2 seconds, minute, whatever, in order to get the kill, in order to be good with them. I think there's a huge learning curve with Doomfist. I really do. There's a lot of abilities that are just really hard to master, and I think that being someone similar to Tracer, which is who I kind of liken him to, he's very hard to learn, but he has a huge seal curve, but I'm sure if you learn him well, he's going to be a huge benefit to the team. With that, my name is Doomfist. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go like, dislike, go in the comments down below and tell me why you rate it like you did. And I'm going to actually leave the footage to roll, but I'll see you guys in the next video.
Enemy eliminated.